Welcome, guys, to another episode of Oracle of Wisdom. In this episode, we'll be covering a new book that is our superpower. The name of the book is Your Invisible Power. That means we'll be going through another books and their notes that I have made in my excellent handwriting. And in this book, we will be discussing not about the physical power or the brain, how to use it, but our invisible power that we are not aware of. So let's dive into it with the first quotation that the writer has written, and that is very powerful. Fear. It is about fear, obviously. So quote in quote, fear should be entirely banished from your efforts to obtain possession of things you desire. That means your desires are after the fear that you are possessing. Anything that you want to possess has to be overcome by your fear. 99.9999% of the time, we stop ourselves just because of some fear that is halting our efforts, or any one step that can take us to our destination. That one step is one fear away that we have to come over. It is us that are fearful, and we start blaming our surroundings or our circumstances. But we are so cowardized, and we are so belittled that we are not able to conquer our own fears within ourselves, not from outside. We don't have to fight anyone physically. It is a fear of internal powers that we have, and sometimes we are so fearful enough that we are scared of ourselves. If we unleash that power and overcome that fear, what will happen? We don't want to face that. The writer tries to explain us that there is nothing, there is no place on earth, there is no person on earth, especially person, because we get addicted to person as humans. That's our nature. Especially when we are young, we hit puberty and we start growing a little bit older than younger. We start attaching ourselves to people. What he says is that no person or place on earth can give you happiness. They might give you the cause of happiness, moving towards happiness, any reason to go towards happiness. The happiness is only inwards. It is inside us, how content we are, and then we start getting a happier and happier with that condition in which we are in. So everything that we assume or presume is within us, in our internal condition, how we command ourselves. That means there is no person that we should be attached to give our happiness towards to. They will give us the cause, and we should have someone to get the cause from, but not looking happiness into them. The next part he says that is, as the word effort, we are afraid of a word effort. That's another word our generations and previous generations and the upcoming generations are afraid of. What they are afraid of is the word effort. Effort is the main thing that when they hear about it, they start struggling into their mindset. Even they start congesting up their mindset, their inner belief, and the internal muscular power is even halted. Whenever you go towards, even guys or females or males, whoever it is, when they go towards gym, they are having a internal translation of the word effort, that they have to do some effort. Effort word is not about hard work. It is not strain. All meditation, what the writer says, is all about effortless thing. It should be effortless or without strain. That's what the writer is saying here, that all the efforts, all these meditations should be that what we do towards our goals should be without any strain. So it should be flawless. First we have to remove that inner translation of effort and strain, and then we can move towards removing our fear. So let's move towards the next chapters. So see that how he guides us to unlock our inner potentials, our fears to overcome. That will be taught in the upcoming lessons in this book. Hopefully this will make us a totally different person in terms of taking steps and overcoming our fear. In the next chapter, order of visualization mean visualizing your things. Things mean your goals, what you want to achieve. What you visualize, only that you have not achieved. What you have achieved, you don't visualize that. You don't want to visualize that. You already in the present state. So what he's saying, to visualize things, you should remove the part of hurriness from you. Hurry, what he says as quote unquote, hurry is fear and consequently destructive. So what we do when we want to achieve something, we get in a hurry in our mindset. Oh, I want to achieve that, I want to achieve that. We mix up things. What he's guiding us, that we should be organizing our thoughts, our visualization process. When we are in organized in order and seeing our goal, going towards them step by step in our visualization, it automatically makes sense in a calm state in our mind, that how easy it is to achieve that part. But we are not doing that part without hurry. When we are not doing that without hurry, so it makes a clutter in our brain. So the cluttering is always a hassle. The writer explains us that everything works in an order. The law of universe does not work without an order. The universe makes justification to itself. The universe justifies itself with its laws. So if we deviate that law, things will not happen. So when we are organizing ourselves in our visualization, we are not changing the laws of universe. In fact, we are following the law of universe by ordering our thoughts and visualizations. So when we are following the law, everything comes in place. That's a very common sense in our real life. When we follow the law, there is no trouble. We achieve everything easily in order. So by visualizing in order, we are asking the law of universe that, okay, I am following your law. Now it is your turn to reciprocate that power what I am giving to you. So you have to give me your power and fulfill my dreams. So it automatically happens. All we have to do is gather the plastic from the universe of our order in visualizations, and universe will create our thing, whatever desires we have, in a positive way. The writer says the physical form, the materialistic form, is very much needed for the acknowledgement of our spiritual form, our mental form. Whatever we visualize, if we don't achieve it in the metaphysical or the physical form, we do not acknowledge that. We will say it does not happen to us. But another thing is that he says that it is impossible that if you are doing something in your metaverse or in your psychological form, internal form, visualizing it, and it is not happening in your physical form, given you have given the full effort for that as well. So the matter across the universe is distributed equally. If it is distributed equally, that means it cannot be imbalanced. For example, if you have your universe and I have my universe inside me, if we are putting the same power, I am putting the same power, we will get approximately the same result. There is no way if you go to gym, I go to gym, I don't get a good body and you get a good body. There is no way, there is no law in the world. So according to the writers, this is what we're discussing about the book that we are reading right now and discussing further onwards. So according to that, the metaphysical world and the real world is in equilibrium. So until and unless a superpower is involved or supernatural power is involved, there is no way the equilibrium is not maintained. So whatever you put in, you get out of it. So it is you at the end of the day, according to the writer. So make your own universe according to the powers and make the result what you desire, not what anyone says or think of. So the law of equilibrium is maintained for you, for me, equally across the universe. In the next part, the writer is explaining about the effect of materialization of visualization. Means whatever we visualize has to be materialized. All the thoughts in our mind can be practically materialized, and they are actually. Whatever we see, this camera, this microphone, this dress, everything was once a visualization, once a thought. Everything was a thought once that we are seeing. We are the naive ones, we are the foolish ones making fool of ourselves, that says that, oh, it is not possible. Everything was not possible once. All these were thoughts. So everything will be materialized and is materialized what we think of. So further onwards he says that you are a universal spirit localized. The more enthusiasm of energy you put in your localized visualization, the more quickly it takes a physical form. So in our visualization, it is not about visualization only. Then in the first part he says whatever we visualize, it becomes materialized. But in the next part he is continuing the stream, and he says the effort depends, effort matters, that how much effort we put in that visualization in an order, that makes it happen in the physical world practically, or materializes it. The effort of visualization, the attention, the effort of visualization in a particular order, that makes it happen in a particular materialized way. So there is no way our localized form, that is in energy form, that is not productive to make things happen in a practical way if we put full energy in it. Further onwards he says photography is the outcome of visualization. We visualize it and then we see a photograph in front of us. That's the whole process is, we visualize things and then we put it on a paper, we practically materialize it. In the last part of this chapter he says past experience has no effect on your current visualization of yourself. That means you can change any time of any part of your life. If you keep blaming your past for the condition you are in or your mental state, that's you, that is on you. This is the gist of whole visualization. Why I am saying this? Because most of us will keep blaming and restricting our visualization because of our past experiences. Because of that I'm like that, because of this I'm like that. No, you are not. You are what you are making of yourself because of your restricted visualization, and you don't want to put effort. You don't want to do that. That is why you are making excuses on yourself. So it does not matter what our past was. What our thoughts are dependent on what we think now, what we want to think now, how much effort we want to put in now in ourselves. So don't be lazy. Try to think. Thinking is a superpower. Visualize things. It is a bigger superpower than anything in the whole world. The writer further says the best part is to visualize yourself from the very beginning, means in the outer perspective, not from the localized or internal perspective only, not in a congested manner, from the outer perspective, from the very beginning where you had the beginning of yourself. So don't congest yourself when you are thinking about yourself and your vision, your goals. So the next part he says the best time to visualize is not only he's talking about that to visualize yourself, but he also mentions that what time is best for that activity. According to the writer, the best time is early morning before breakfast, not morning only, before breakfast. Because it should be noted that it's empty stomach, means you haven't done the breakfast and you are in a different zone of your hormonal levels, your enzymes are different, your brain is functioning in a different way, totally raw brain, fresh in the beginning. And the second point, best point, is in the night time before you retire for the night, means in the bed or before going to the bed, before you are retiring for the day, when you have nothing else to do apart from just going to sleep after that. These two best times are the times when you have to think for yourself, your inner visualization. So what he says, what you have to do, stay in a quiet place, inhale and slowly exhale with a feel of an imaginary light going in and out. So in terms of inhaling and exhaling, he's saying you have to visualize a light instead of air going inside you and going out of you. That's a very, very, what you can say is a ecstatic metaphor that he's creating here, that you have to visualize light instead of air. So it will give you a feeling of an extraterrestrial being of yourself, means having superpowers. So hopefully this is making a lot more sense as we are moving forward in this book. And thank you very much again for your feedback. So I am loving the way you are interacting with this and helping me improve, and for yourself. I will still wait for your more interactions so we can increase the benefit of this podcast in terms of you getting the benefit, in terms of me increasing my superpowers as well when I'm explaining it to you. Thank you very much. Take care.